Hey guys, my name is DDigitall, and this is probably one of my biggest origin projects to date. Make sure at any point if you do like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the video a ton. And without further ado, let's get into the origin, boys! Okay, before we actually get started, there's one thing I need to get out the way. This is meant for long-term players. This is not meant for short-term players or for short worlds. This is meant for people that are going to be playing on the world for a long period of time. Because this is a custom evolving origin, depending on what you do and your actions you make, it really just depends on how long you play and how much you do certain actions. So, again, do not use this origin if you're only playing for like a couple days. Trust me, you don't want that. Now, with this origin, there's two separate routes you can take, Pacifist and Genocide. Genocide just involves you killing a whole bunch of mobs, and the max amount of mobs you can kill before you reach your maximum Genocide state, which is level 20, is 10,000. And the same goes for Pacifist, except you have to spare mobs. But the way you spare mobs is not like a traditional way where you just stop and run away from them. What you actually have to do is you actually have to circle them around them, dodging their attacks for long enough. And if you continue to do that, mobs within a certain radius will be spared, and they will join your team and no longer attack you. Besides that, really all that happens is that you cannot wear anything above chainmail, just exactly how it is with the Elytrian, and you also cannot use a shield, as you know, these things aren't really occurrent in the game. You don't really wear high fancy armor, and you're never seen blocking or, you know, defending anything. So I decided so you can't use these two, because if you grind for a long time, this origin can be extremely powerful, so I wanted to make it as balanced as possible. By the way, we're going over the levels for the Genocide route. If you go all the way to level 20, your attack will be gone to level 36 with just your fist. That sounds like a lot, but at the end at level 20, you'll get Hunger X, you'll get Glowing Effect, and you'll get Unlock 4. And it's just an overall lot of down buffs that just make you harder to hit other entities. But overall, it's pretty powerful, and you do not want to be in the way of somebody that is doing the Genocide route. Now, the abilities of this origin are pretty powerful. For the first ability is, if you press the attack key, a nearby entity in the distance of 10 blocks will be damaged, has a decently long cooldown, and it will do around 4 hearts of damage to the opponent that you are striking. You should be able to kill an enemy with this in about 2 or 3 hits. And yeah, it's more of just a rushing and engaging sort of attack. Not really something to that you would really use all the time, or you would go out your way to use. Just a good attack that you would that helps increase your DPS overall, and it's just a fairly good ability. For the next ability, we have the Movement Slash. This is actually a quite powerful ability. Basically, it's summoning an arrow towards the entity by you just attacking. It has infinite piercing, and it also does a lot of damage. It always crits, and it gives the target blindness for a millisecond, making them, you know, get stunned for a second as they just got shot. As you can see. Anyways, as you can see right here, does a decent amount of damage, and it can still go through. It's really good for dealing with multiple enemies, and it can deal a decent chunk of their health. So basically all around good ability, again adding up to your DPS and how well you can kill things. Pretty well rounded ability overall. Our next ability is a movement based ability. At this time you're going to be extremely slow, so you only have one movement based ability, and that is a giant dash. Basically what it will do is it will propel you up and then forward in any direction you take. If you aim slightly down, you will not take any fall damage. However, if you aim straight up, or you know, to a side a bit, then there's a chance that you can take a huge chunk of damage. So try to aim relatively down, or you know, in the general direction of that area, because if you try to go to the side, you can take a humongous amount of fall damage, and that is not great for you at all. And for your final ability is the Health Strike. Oh boy. This one is quite a powerful ability. It is mainly used for taking out large group of enemies, As you can see right here, it looks like that I am surrounded, and it looks like I could be screwed in this situation if I did not have all this health. But if I just crest my G key a little bit, you know, I just did that. Goodbye. All wiped out. You get this when you reach level 20, aka 10,000 kills, and it is quite powerful, I have to say. So make sure that if you see somebody doing that ability, you walk away, because there is a 3-second delay before that ability is truly activated. So you do have 3 seconds before you completely die, and yeah, a good dang, it's already been 6 minutes, we're only halfway through. Anyways, now we're going on to the pacifist part. In my opinion, I think this route is more stronger than the genocide part, but that's just all up to personal preference. Anyways, let's get into this part of the origin, and I feel like this part's really cool and unique. In the pacifist route, the more enemies you spare, the more benefits you gain. So if I were to spare like 250 enemies, my movement speed will go up. Mostly all of the upgrades that you can get from this are speed bonuses and armor bonuses. However, there are some, kind of like true pacifist, and follow range. Follow range meaning that enemies will follow you from farther distances, and true pacifist meaning that you cannot attack anything even if you tried the most. But mainly they consist of defense and movement speed. So at the end, they can be really tanky. So first up, we have full heal. In the genocide route, you get more health, but it's harder to regenerate that health. In this route, you get less health, but yet it's really easy to regenerate that health. For example, as you can see, I'm on 3 hearts, and if I press my primary ability key, I'm all the way up at full. This has a very short timer, but remember, if you're doing this route, you cannot attack anything. So if you were to kill a mob after doing this, or kill anything at all, then your healing ability will go away and you can no longer heal after that. For the second ability of the pacifist route, what happens is that it will slow down all enemies within a radius, making them a guaranteed instant spare. So basically, if you feel like you're too cornered or you want to get a group of enemies out real quick, you can press the sneak key, aka your shift key, and all enemies nearby will be slowed and can guarantee you almost the instant spare against all of them. So it's a pretty good ability if you want to get as many mobs spared as possible, or if you're running away from a player and you do not want them to catch up with you. Next up, we have an instant spare. Basically what happens is that if you press your attack key, and the closest entity near you will be instantly spared, and they will no longer attack you. This cooldown is relatively short, but it's really good because you can instant spare without having to worry about cooldowns and timers. However, this only does this to one enemy, so it's not really good for hordes, only good for big enemies that are in your way, such as Ravengers and Evokers and such, ones that are really powerful but in single targets. Next up, we have True Hope. Now this ability is extremely strong and has an hour cooldown. Basically, any mob nearby you will be instantly spared, and every player nearby will get weakness, and it is super powerful, and it has nice visuals as well. You'll get slow falling, and you'll jump from the sky, and you'll basically be unkillable for that entire hour. It is, in my opinion, the best ability in the entire game. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you didn't enjoy, you're going to make me sad. I'm going to tower over you with me being 6 feet. I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable. You're never going to want to talk to me again. So if you don't want that, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Anyways, bye!